Hey there, and welcome back to the video series. So now we should get started to create this awesome web application. So first off, I would like to talk a bit about some of the requirements for this project. As I said before, we're going to be using Laravel 8. That is the newest version of the framework, and Laravel is a PHP framework, so we also need to have a LAMP stack. And there are different options to that. We can use something called XAMPP. That is a cross-platform PHP development environment that will have Apache Server and MariaDB, PHP. So that is all we need for hosting Laravel on this. There are also options like MAMP. That was usually created for Mac, but that is the same LAMP stack. And we also have a dedicated Windows platform called WAMP Server. That is for Windows. So, but I'm going to be using XAMPP, and we can see that the most recent version of PHP is called 8, and I will not be running PHP 8 right now in this tutorial. I will be using 7.3, I think it is. And we can see there are download managers for Windows for this version, also for Linux and for Mac OS. So that is awesome. So if you don't have a running development environment, you can download the one that is suitable for your operating system and follow the guidance on how to run it. Okay, if you install XAMPP, you will get a control panel like this, where you can start Apache and start the database, and then you will have also where you can see the directory. There will be a directory called htdocs, XAMPP htdocs, and on a Mac it's going to be in application and then XAMPP, and there will also be a link to that there. Okay, so that is the development environment that we will be using, or I will be using. Next one is I will be using Visual Studio Code, and that is just the editor for writing the code. And of course, you don't have to use VS Code. There is a lot of great editors out there, but I think this is good right now, so I will be using this. Okay. And finally, if we go to the installation in the documentation of Laravel, we can see that there is a getting started, because Laravel has good documentation that will explain all about the framework. And if you go to installation here, we can see that there is a whole bunch of descriptions about Laravel, why you should choose it, community framework, first Laravel project. And if we scroll down, we can see that if we should install, there are many ways to install this, but I'm going to use Composer. That is a package manager or dependency manager that can manage a whole bunch of different frameworks and packages in PHP. Okay, so if we search for Composer on the net, we will find URLs like this, websites like this, Get Composer, and we can download Composer by clicking here, and there is a package for Windows here, an exe file there, and you can also copy these lines to the terminal to install Composer in the current directory. Okay, so the next thing is that we should install our project here, and we've installed Composer. And so the thing we will do is that we will go to find our directory where all the websites are hosted. And that kind of depends on which web server package you have installed. If you have XAMPP, then in the control panel there is a button called Explorer or Application Folder or something like this. And this should take you to the directory where XAMPP is installed. And there should be a folder called htdocs. And inside htdocs, you will see some directories and some files that is the representation of all what the web server looks for. So this is the directory that the web server Apache will look into. And it also matches if I run localhost in a browser. You can see that we have a directory listing from Apache, and it will state that we have image and test and exam and some other files. Okay. And if your listing looks a little bit different, if you installed exam, it's because I just modified the index file. We can see right now, if you refresh, you will probably get this view here. This is the default website for exam, where you have other links to the version of PHP you can click on, 7.3.9, you can see, and you also have a link to phpMyAdmin, where you can administer the database. Right. And you probably have to go there. Yeah. Okay, so, but I would just like to be able to see my websites in the folder here, and I don't like it to automatically redirect me, because you can see if I type in localhost, it's going to redirect right away to dashboard. So I will rename this index file to index old. And what does that do? Well, this will allow me to just get the listing here without going to the dashboard, because the dashboard is basically where we have the website here, and there was an automatic redirect there before. So now I just have the normal listing. Okay, I think this is enough for this video, so we don't have a too long video. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and next video we will make a new Laravel installation in the web server using this commands and using Composer, and we will see how the framework looks and see if we can see the default website from Laravel here in a minute. Okay, bye bye.